killer, they can't see me. How the niggas talking about they game when they with me. Telling me through the shit, I'm be fucking penis. That boy, I say he and I'm pure as a meaning. Like I hate me with it. Talk about I know I keep it with me. You guys take life, see your existence. And they turn the clock to be twisted. Present all these bitches. You should be a son on me. I did not get with it. How is this so slow and it's hidden? Why can't bullshit and kick their business? I'm a dog straight up that killer, they can't see me. Tell the nigga talk about that hell when they with me. Bitch, that nigga see me, told me seeking business. But that boy, I say dead, and I'm viewed as a menace.
So I can do that, I can tell you to and I make nothing. Zero.
Hey, teacher.
Money in general.
This dude got caught trying to. We'll never have another film. I'm Eric Jerome, writer and producer of the award-winning short film Blue Eyeshadow.
Today, we are going out and completing jobs for homeowners disguised as old men.
Yo, do me a favor. What? Accidentally step on your white sunglasses. We don't wear those over here. This is hip hop. That's right. This is Carhartt jackets. Timberland boots unlaced. This is Champion hoodies. Chicken wings and French fries. R.I.P. pieces on the handball court. This is us still fighting police brutality. This is hip hop. I ain't trying to bring New York back. I'm just a breath of fresh air. That good old New York rap. Slick talk to the track. Come on, who brought that to the game? Graffiti all on the train. Get up your name. I don't feel how I used to feel. I'm in my 20s, so a new Nas joint used to give me a chill.
Dude, holy fucking smokes, dude. My cut is insane. Shout out to my barber, dog. Dude, holy fucking smokes, dude.
One shot through. I don't want that shit. Matter of fact, I want your friend.
Bro, look at that!
Do you know the US builds prisons using data from black neighborhoods years before any crime happens?
$5 a worm. How many worms he can scarf down is how much money he gonna make. He say he interested. We just giving back to our community, y'all. We finna get it going, man. Let them check out the worms. You see what worms for you? Y'all participate? You ain't even chew them.
I'm a hustler, Joe. This
So
shit
look,
ain't-
how they taste?
I ain't tasting them. They going straight down.
Real dirt on his fucking mouth here.
Danbury going muchacho to do the trick-or-treating stuff. Y'all wanna lay up all day, cool beans.
What
Make
is
sure I'm Mark Simpson. I don't find my red shoes, so I'm gonna go with these because it matches with thing or whatever. I'm gonna try my best, okay? I'm trying my
You
best.
still got those?
Oh yes, I still got them, girl. Don't try to get me off. I'm at home. You cook for your sisters. It's only I'm not me and Sharon and the baby's eating out. Y'all just taking us out to eat afterwards.
Hold on, where? No, I'm
You're not coming, right? So you ain't going nowhere to eat. And make sure this house is clean. I don't want not a peck. Mira, ni una gota de agua in the sink. That's number one. Number two, nothing on the counters. Make sure everything is clean. You and your sisters. There's only 3 of you. There's nothing that you guys can do to mess this house up. There's no mosquito. There's no nothing. So make sure that we come home, everything is spotless because I'm leaving everything spotless. Do you understand me? Y yo me voy on this Halloween crap que tengo que hacer para el muchacho. I thought I retired when I had you girls and you girls were over it y viene este que quiere más muchacho y tengo que hacerlo all over again. Yo me voy para Danbury con el muchacho to do the trick-or-treating stuff. Yeah, what?
You're so.
So this lady posted this picture of her and her boyfriend. Normal picture, right? Nope. Not for the comment section. To the comment section. You guys look like sustainable development goals. You guys look like 738. You two look like, for example, brand ambassadors of the human race. Earth profile picture. You two look like you read terms of service. You guys look like, hey there, I'm using WhatsApp. You two look updated. You guys look like the correct answer. You guys look so eco-friendly. You two look like Times New Roman. They look like the right decision. They look so specific. You guys look like financial freedom. You look like purified water, but within nutrients. So this lady posted this picture of her and her boyfriend. Normal picture, right? Nope. Not for the comment section. To the comment section.
Yo,
He posted this.
dead ass. Yo, Wendy, good morning. I'm sorry. I'm going through all the memes people sent me. It's early as hell. Damn, we've been here for 8 minutes doing that. Oh yeah, nice. Oh, I just forget, like our holidays isn't celebrated everywhere. So I think today is Thanksgiving, right? Yeah, today is Thanksgiving here in America. So it's one of the holidays about the settling of the country or whatever. I don't know. But it's a holiday for us, and we don't have work today. Actually, I'm actually getting paid right now. It's a paid holiday. I love it. Oh, man. Yo, I've never heard it put like that. The holiday that builds up to Christmas. Yes, it actually is. Christmas is so weird here because, like, some people decorate for Thanksgiving, but like right now, people are already getting Christmas decorations ready during Thanksgiving. So yes, Thanksgiving is the holiday that kind of leads up to Christmas. I never looked at it like that. But I don't know, it's the Pilgrims and the Indians, and a dinner was had or whatever the story they try to spin for the reason they celebrate a Thanksgiving
it's all bullshit. All of our holidays here in America are bullshit holidays, and that's why I don't celebrate any of them. Like, you guys didn't come over here and fucking be nice to the natives. You didn't be nice to the natives, and then y'all want to celebrate a day for coming to conquering another people. I don't want to celebrate that shit. Christmas is some weird shit. Halloween, St. Valentine's Day, President's I don't celebrate no holidays. They just all seem like they have very weird origins. No, thank you. I'll just treat it like a normal day. But if you're gonna pay me not to go to work, I will accept that. It's not like, fuck that, I'm still going to work. Screw Thanksgiving. Nah, it's Thanksgiving. You don't want me to go to work? That's fine. That is absolutely okay with me. I have no qualms with that, my good sir. You guys go out and enjoy your holiday and festivities and whatever. I don't know if they do Thanksgiving Day parades or, and all your fancy dinners and stuff, and that's fine. People be like, oh, well, you gotta come. I come for the dinner, so I come for the food and the fellowship. And it's like, why don't you holler at your friends and family all year long? Why don't you have good dinners all year long? Like last week, I had curry goat, mixed vegetables, barbecue chicken, fucking pot roast, candied yams, potato salad, okra and asparagus. Like, I know the first time my friend came over and she saw me do a meal prep, she was like, yo, this is a Thanksgiving dinner. I'm like, yeah, kind of, I guess, if you want to look at it like that. And she's like, you do this every week? I'm like, yeah. I cook a lot of food every week. I go hang out with friends and family all the time. I don't have to wait till a special day to have a certain type of meal and to go be around, a specific group of people. Oh, it's Christmas. I got to give somebody a gift. No, you can give presents any day of the fucking year. Like, you don't have to wait till Christmas to give somebody a present. I never understood stuff like that. There's a holiday to celebrate bullshit. Everything has a fucking special day. It's National Donut Day. It's National Pie Day. It's National Dog Day or Pet Day. Who gives a fuck about that? It's National Coffee Day. Coffee Day? Y'all celebrate? Yeah, man, it's Hug a Tree Day. Yo, Americans will make a day for any fucking thing, yo. We're weird. We're very weird people here. National Donut Day. What the fuck even is? Look. I don't know what to say. I do love America. It's a weird place to live. You just have to realize that too. Like, it's cool, but it's weird. And we do weird shit. And we say weird stuff. And that's just, and you can either run with it or not. Most of the stuff I just don't participate in. I ain't even, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even got the energy, enthusiasm, or motivation. For some reason, it will connect to the laptop, but the laptop will not charge this thing. Hello? I don't get it. All right. See you later. Enjoy your day. Let's go be productive and be great. Bro, I don't know if it's like something in the charging port. I think I broke this iPad. Damn it, man. Was there another charger? Let me see something. Will this charge my phone? The phone is charging. Now if I take the same charger and put it in this iPad, I get nothing. Hold on. Ain't no way. Okay, what's going on here? Because it's not. There it goes. Now it says it's charging. All right, we'll let that charge for a minute because I might do a Instagram live.
Oh my God, I love your hair. Can I touch it? Oh my God. Oh my God, I love your hair. Can I touch it?
So this lady posted this picture of her and her boyfriend. Normal picture, right? Nope. Not for the comment section. To the comment section. You guys look like sustainable development goals. You guys look like 738. Yeah. You two look like, for example, brand ambassadors of the human race. There's profile picture. You two look like you eat terms of service. You guys look like, hey there, I'm using WhatsApp. You two look updated. You guys look like the correct answer. You guys look so eco-friendly. You two look like Times New Roman. They look like the right decision. They look so specific. You guys look like financial freedom. You look like purified water, but with a nutrient. So this lady posted this picture of her and her boyfriend. Normal picture, right? Nope. No.
Yeah.
Comment section. To the comment section.
That was hilarious.
Yo, check out Buddy's walk. I just had a great time in Cozumel walk. Look at his walk, guys. He's got that stride going. He had a great time. Where's he at? Senor Frogs? I don't know where he was. Check this out. That's what you call Cozumel swagger right there. Cozumel swagger.
Yeah, Starbucks right now. We got custom quarters. Custom quarters. They want to introduce y'all to people who are working hard to make this happen.
Oh, yeah, my phone ring. I know they're bad coming. Fuck my mama. Everything she ever wanted to win.
We struggle to the silly stuff.
And I make.
I'd rather be with you. Yeah. Yeah.
This is the man responsible.
If your arms look like this and your belly look like this, you're not fat. You just
This is the man.
30 minutes and not doing shit. It's all good. It's an early start.
Need your speech.
Or POD business stuck with no sales.
If you're worried about immigration taking jobs, you should be way more worried about AI because it's like a flood of millions of new digital immigrants that are Nobel Prize level capability, work at superhuman speed, and will work for less than minimum wage. I mean, we're heading for so much transformative change faster than our society is currently prepared to deal with it. And there's a different conversation happening publicly than the one that the AI companies are having privately about which world we're heading to, which is a future that people don't want. But we didn't consent to have 6 people make that decision on behalf of 8 billion people.
Tristan Harris is one of the world's most influential technology ethicists.
Who created the Center for Humane Technology after correctly predicting the dangers social media would have on our society.
And now he's warning us about the catastrophic consequences AI will have on all of us.
Let me collect myself for a second. We can't let it happen. Not let these companies race to build a super intelligent digital god, own the world economy, and have military advantage because of the belief that if I don't build it first, I'll lose to the other guy, and then I will be forever a slave to their future. And they feel they'll die either way, so they prefer to light the fire and see what happens. It's winner takes all. But as we're racing, we're landing in a world of unvetted therapists, rising energy prices, and major security risks. I mean, we have evidence where if an AI model reading a company's email finds out it's about to get replaced with another AI model, and then it also reads in the company email that one executive is having an affair with an employee, the AI will independently blackmail that executive in order to keep itself alive. That's crazy. But what do you think?
I'm finding it really hard to be hopeful, I'm going to be honest, just so I really want to get practical and specific about what we can do about this.
Listen, I'm not naive. This is super hard. But we have done hard things before, and it's possible to choose a different future. So
I see messages all the time in the comments section that some of you didn't realize you didn't subscribe. So if you could do me a favor and double check if you're a subscriber to this channel, that would be tremendously appreciated. It's the free thing that anybody that watches the show frequently can do to help us here, to keep everything going in the show, in the trajectory it's on. So please do double check if you subscribed, and thank you so much. Because in a strange way, you're part of our history, and you're on this journey with us, and I appreciate you for that. So yeah, thank you. Tristan, I think my first question, and maybe the most important question, is we're going to talk about artificial intelligence and technology broadly today, but who are you in relation to this subject matter?
So I did a program at Stanford called the Mayfield Fellows Program that took engineering students and then taught them entrepreneurship. You know, I, as a computer scientist, didn't know anything about entrepreneurship, but they pair you up with venture capitalists, they give you mentorship, and there's a lot of powerful alumni who are part of that program. The co-founder of Asana, the co-founders of Instagram were both part of that program. And that put us in kind of a cohort of people who were basically ending up at the center of what was going to colonize the whole world's psychological environment, which is the social media situation. And as part of that, I started my own tech company called Appsure. And we, basically made this tiny widget that would help people find more contextual information without leaving the website they were on. It was a really cool product that was about deepening people's understanding. And I got into the tech industry because I thought that technology could be a force for good in the world. That's why I started my company. And then I kind of realized through that experience that at the end of the day, these news publishers who used our product, they only cared about one thing, which is this increasing the amount of time and eyeballs and attention on our website? Because eyeballs meant more revenue. And I was in sort of this conflict of, I think I'm doing this to help the world, but really I'm measured by this metric of what keeps people's attention. That's the only thing that I'm measured by. And I saw that conflict play out among my friends who started Instagram, because they got into it because they wanted people to share little bite-sized moments of your life. Here's a photo of my bike ride down to the bakery in San Francisco. That's what Kevin's sister used to post when he was just starting it. I was probably one of the first 100 users of the app. And later you see how these sort of simple products that had a simple, good, positive intention got sort of sucked into these perverse incentives. And so Google acquired my company called Appsure. I landed there and I joined the Gmail team. And I'm with these engineers who are designing the email interface that people spend hours a day in. And then one day, one of the engineers comes over and he says, well, why don't we make it buzz your phone every time you get an email? And he just asked the question nonchalantly, like it wasn't a big deal. And in my experience, I was like, oh my God, you're about to change billions of people's psychological experiences with their families, with their friends, at dinner, with their date night, on romantic relationships, where suddenly people's phones are going to be busy showing notifications of their email. And you're just asking this question as if it's like a throwaway question. And I became concerned, I see you have a slide deck there,
I do, yeah.
About basically how Google and Apple and social media companies were hosting this psychological environment that was going to corrupt and fract the global human attention of humanity. And I basically said I needed to make a slide deck, it's 130 something pages slide deck, that basically was a message to the whole company at Google saying we have to be very careful and we have a moral responsibility in how we shape the global attentions of humanity.
The slide deck I've printed off, which my research team found, is called A Call to Minimize Distraction and Respect Users' Attention by a Concerned PM and Entrepreneur. PM meaning project manager.
Project manager, yeah.
How was that received at Google?
I was very nervous actually, because I felt like it wasn't coming from some place where I wanted to like stick it to them or, be controversial. I just felt like there was this conversation that wasn't happening. And I sent it to about 50 people that were friends of mine just for feedback. And when I came to work the next day, there was 150, on the top right on Google Slides, it shows you the number of simultaneous viewers.
Yeah.
And it had 130 something simultaneous viewers. And later that day, it was like 500 simultaneous viewers. And so obviously it had been spreading virally throughout the whole company. And people from all around the company emailed me saying, this is a massive problem. I totally agree. We have to do something. And so instead of getting fired, I was invited and basically stayed to become a design ethicist, studying how do you design in an ethical way and how do you design for the collective attention spans and information flows of humanity in a way that does not cause all these problems. Because what was sort of obvious to me then, that was in 2013, is that if the incentive is to maximize eyeballs and attention and engagement, then you're incentivizing a more addicted, distracted.
We're gonna work on her hair this morning and see how far we can get with that. Plan on being here for at least a couple hours. It's the holiday, so there's not a lot to do today. Most things are closed, or most things, if they're not closed today, they will close early today. So if you ain't got what you want, you ain't getting it. So you better hurry up and go get it now. But I already plan on just chilling at the crib today. Get up, get a nice early start in the studio. Probably do some chores. And that's it. Hang around, play some video games. I read a little bit of my book last night. Probably read a little bit more. This morning, I actually plan on trying to find a beat. Let's see if we can. I need to see how many, because it's the 27th. God damn it. That means tomorrow my credits for Suno reset. And I know I've been trying to burn them up, but I'm not exactly sure how many credits I have left for the month. Hope it's only a little bit. 220 credits. That's not bad. I'm gonna burn those up today. 220 Suno credits left. That's 10 songs, it's 10 credits per song. So I can still make 22. I can run a song 22 times. I might work on some older music then, because I don't know if I can write. I don't know. I could try to write a new song today and get it all done and buttoned up and ran through sooner. Or we could use those credits trying to remix some old stuff. That's what I've really been doing for the past couple days. There's 2 albums, like the first 2 albums I did on Suno that are like on version 3. So I've been trying to update a lot of those with the newer version and slightly different prompts, and now they got personas and all this other stuff in there. And some of that older material is still like okay that I wouldn't mind sharing with the public. There's like 1 or 2 tracks I actually might knock off because they're just so trashy and poorly written. But a lot of the other stuff, I just want it updated a little bit, and then we'll release. I wanted to drop like 3 more albums next month before the year is out. If I drop 3 more albums, that'll give me 12 albums this year. 1 album for each month. Yeah, I might actually have to drop this a little bit more for myself. I have to get some of the background color and fill in between these gaps here. I'll be damned. Yo, there's this one beat I was listening to the other day. I can't find it. I don't know. It's like it's not in my lineup anymore. That shit was like a 10-minute long beat.
Okay, so I have enough money for 3 new Pro plugins. What are the next 3 I should get?
That's easy.
I have another one of these.
Need a fresh look? We got you covered. Shop our huge sale at novamen.com.
Is this not the same size? It's not. Fucking shit. It's not the same size.
And how do you design for the collective attention spans and information flows of humanity in a way that does not cause all these problems? Because what was sort of obvious to me then, that was in 2013, is that if the incentive is to maximize eyeballs and attention and engagement, then you're incentivizing a more addicted, distracted, lonely, polarized, sexualized breakdown of shared reality society. Because all of those outcomes are success cases of maximizing for engagement for an individual human on a screen. And so it was like watching this slow motion train wreck in 2013. You could kind of see that there's this kind of myth that we can never predict the future. Like technology could go any direction. And that's like, the possible of a new technology. But I wanted people to see the probable, that if you know the incentives, you can actually know something about the future that you're heading towards. And that presentation kind of kicked that off.
A lot of people will know you from the documentary on Netflix, The Social Dilemma, which was a big moment and a big conversation in society across the world. But then, since then, a new alien has entered the picture. There's a new protagonist in the story, which is the rise of artificial intelligence. When did you start to, in The Social Dilemma, you talk a lot about AI algorithms.
Yeah.
But when did you,
different kind of AI. We used to call that the AI behind social media was kind of humanity's first contact between a narrow, misaligned AI that went rogue. Mm-hmm. Because if you think about it, it's like there you are, you open TikTok and you see a video. You think you're just watching a video, but when you swipe your finger and it shows you the next video, at that time you activated one of the largest supercomputers in the world, pointed at your brainstem, calculating what 3 billion other human social primates have seen today, and knowing before you do which of those videos is most likely to keep you scrolling. It makes a prediction. So it's an AI that's just making a prediction about which video to recommend to you. But Twitter's doing that with which tweet should be shown to you. Instagram's doing that with which photo or videos to be shown to you. And so all of these things are these narrow, misaligned AIs just optimizing for one thing, which is what's going to keep you scrolling. And that was enough to wreck and break democracy and to create the most anxious and depressed generation of our lifetime, just by this very simple baby AI. And people didn't even notice it because it was called social media instead of AI. But it was the first, we used to call it, in this AI Dilemma talk that my co-founder and I gave, we called it humanity's first contact with AI, because it's just a narrow AI. And what ChatGPT represents is this whole new wave of generative AI that is a totally different beast, because it speaks language, which is the operating system of humanity. Like if you think about it, it's trained on code, it's trained on text, it's trained on all of Wikipedia, it's trained on Reddit, it's trained on everything, all law, all religion, and all of that gets sucked into this digital brain that has unique properties. And that is what we're living with ChatGPT.
I think this is a really critical point. And I remember watching your talk about this, where I think this was the moment that I had a bit of a paradigm shift when I realized that how central language is to everything that I do every day.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's actually everything.
We should establish that first. Like, why is language so central? Code is language. So all the code that runs all of the digital infrastructure we live by, that's language. Law is language. All the laws that have ever been written, that's language. Biology, DNA, that's all a kind of language. Music is a kind of language. Videos are a higher dimensional kind of language. And the new generation of AI that was born with this technology called Transformers that Google made in 2017 was to treat everything as a language. And that's how we get, ChatGPT, write me a 10-page essay on anything, and it spits out this thing. Or ChatGPT, find something in this religion that'll persuade this group of the thing I want them to be persuaded by. That's hacking language, because religion is also language. And so this new AI that we're dealing with can hack the operating system of humanity. It can hack code and find vulnerabilities in software. The recent AIs today, just over the summer, have been able to find 15 vulnerabilities in open source software on GitHub. So it can just point itself at GitHub. GitHub being like this this website that hosts basically all the open source code of the world. So it's kind of like the Wikipedia for coders. It has all the code that's ever been written that's publicly and openly accessible, and you can download it. So you don't have to write your own face recognition system. You can just download the one that already exists. And so GitHub is sort of supplying the world with all of this free digital infrastructure. And the new AIs that exist today can be pointed at GitHub and found 15 vulnerabilities from scratch that had not been exploited before. So if you imagine that now applied to the code that runs our water infrastructure, our electricity infrastructure, we're releasing AI into the world that can speak and hack the operating system of our world. And that requires a new level of discernment and care about how we're doing that, because we ought to be protecting the core parts of society that we want to protect before all that happens.
I think especially when you think about how central voice is to safeguarding so much of our lives. My relationship with my girlfriend runs on voice.
Right, exactly.
Me calling her to tell her something. My bank, I call them and tell them something.
Exactly.
And they ask me for a bunch of codes or a password or whatever. And all of this comes back to your point about language, which is my whole life is actually protected by my communications with other people now.
And you generally speaking, you trust when you pick up the phone that it's a real person. I literally just 2 days ago, I had the mother of a close friend of mine call me out of nowhere, and she said, Tristan, my daughter, she just called me crying that some person is holding her hostage and wanted some money. And I was like, oh my God, this is an AI scam, but it's hitting my friend in San Francisco who's about this stuff and didn't know that it was a scam. And for a moment, I was very concerned. I had to track her down and figure out and find my friends where she was and find out she was okay. And when you have AIs that can speak the language of anybody, it now takes less than 3 seconds of your voice to synthesize and speak in anyone's voice. Again, that's a new vulnerability that society has now opened up because of AI.
So ChatGPT kind of set off the starting pistol for this whole race.
Yes.
And subsequently, it appears that every other major technology company now is investing ungodly amounts of money in competing in this AI race, and they're pursuing this thing called AGI, which we hear this word used a lot.
Yes.
What is AGI, and how is that different from what I use at the moment on ChatGPT or Gemini?
Yeah. So that's the thing that people really need to get, is that these companies are not racing to provide a chatbot to users. That's not what their goal is. If you look at the mission statement on OpenAI's website, or all the websites, their mission is to be able to replace all forms of human economic labor in the economy, meaning an AI that can do all the cognitive labor, meaning labor of the mind, so that can be marketing, that can be text, that can be illustration, that can be video production, that can be code production. Everything that a person can do with their brain, these companies are racing to build that. That is artificial general intelligence. General meaning all kinds of cognitive tasks. Demis Hassabis, the co-founder of Google DeepMind, used to say, first solve intelligence and then use that to solve everything else. Like, it's important to say, why is AI distinct from all other kinds of technologies? It's because if I make an advance in one field like rocketry, let's say I uncover some secret in rocketry, that doesn't advance like biomedicine knowledge, or doesn't advance energy production, or doesn't advance coding. But if I can advance generalized intelligence, think about all science and technology development over the course of all human history. So science and technology is all done by humans thinking and working out problems in any domain. So if I automate intelligence, I'm suddenly going to get an explosion of all scientific and technological development everywhere. Does that make sense?
Of course, yeah, it's foundational to everything.
Exactly. Which is why there's a belief that if I get there first and can automate generalized intelligence, I can own the world economy, because suddenly everything that a human can do that they would be paid to do in a job, the AI can do that better. And so if I'm a company, do I want to pay the human who has healthcare, might whistleblow, complains, has to sleep, has sick days, has family issues? Or do I want to pay the AI that will work 24/7 at superhuman speed, doesn't complain, doesn't whistleblow, doesn't have to be paid for healthcare? There's the incentive for everyone to move to paying for AIs rather than paying humans. And so AGI, artificial general intelligence, is more transformative than any other kind of technology that we've ever had. And it's distinct.
With the sheer amount of money being invested into it, and the money being invested into the infrastructure, the physical data centers, the chips, the compute, do you think we're going to get there? Do you think we're going to get to AGI?
I do think that we're going to get there. It's not clear how long it will take And I'm not saying that because I believe necessarily the current paradigm that we're building on will take us there. But, I'm based in San Francisco. I talk to people at the AI labs. Half these people are friends of mine, people at the very top level. And, most people in the industry believe that they'll get there between the next 2 and 10 years at the latest. And I think some people might say, oh, well, it may not happen for a while. Phew, I can sit back and we don't have to worry about it. And it's like, we're heading for so much transformative change faster than our society is currently prepared to deal with it. The reason I was excited to talk to you today is because I think that people are currently confused about AI. People say it's going to solve everything, cure cancer, solve climate change. And there's people say it's going to kill everything. It's going to be doom. Everyone's going to go extinct. If anyone builds it, everyone dies. And those conversations don't converge. And so everyone's just kind of confused where how can it be, infinite promise and how can it be infinite peril? And what I wanted to do today is to really clarify for people what the incentives point us towards, which is a future that I think people, when they see it clearly, would not want.
So what are the incentives pointing us towards in terms of the future?
So first is if you believe that this is like, it's metaphorically, it's like the ring from Lord of the Rings. It's the ring that creates infinite power. Because if I have AGI, I can apply that to military advantage. I can have the best military planner that can beat all battle plans for anyone. And we already have AIs that can obviously beat Garry Kasparov at chess, beat Go, the Go Asian board game, or now beat StarCraft. So you have AIs that are beating humans at strategy games. Well, think about StarCraft compared to an actual military campaign, in Taiwan or something like that. If I have an AI that can outcompete in strategy games, that lets me outcompete everything. Or take business strategy. If I have an AI that can do business strategy and figure out supply chains and figure out how to optimize them and figure out how to undermine my competitors, and I have a step function level increase in that compared to everybody else, then that gives me infinite power to undermine and outcompete all businesses. If I have a super programmer, then I can outcompete programming. 70 to 90% of the code written at today's AI labs is written by AI.
Think about the stock market as well.
Think about the stock market. If I have an AI that can trade in the stock market better than all the other AIs, because there's mostly AIs that are actually trading on the stock market, but if I have a jump in that, then I can consolidate all the wealth. If I have an AI that can do cyber hacking, that's way better at cyber hacking and a step function above what everyone else can do, then I have an asymmetric advantage over everybody else. So AI is like a power pump. It pumps economic advantage, it pumps scientific advantage, and it pumps military advantage, which is why the countries and the companies are caught in what they believe is a race to get there first. And anything that is a negative consequence of that, job loss, rising energy prices, more emissions, stealing intellectual property, security risks, all of that stuff feels small relative to if I don't get there first, then some other person who has less good values as me, they'll get AGI, and then I will be forever a slave to their future. I know this might sound crazy to a lot of people, but this is how people at the very top of the AGI AI world believe is currently happening.
And that's what just conversations.
Yeah. You've had, Jeff Hinton and Roman Yablonsky on and other people, Logadot, and they're saying the same thing. I think people need to take seriously that whether you believe it or not, the people who are currently deploying the trillions of dollars, this is what they believe. And they believe that it's winner take all. And it's not just first solve intelligence and use that to solve everything else. It's first dominate intelligence and use that to dominate everything else.
Have you had concerning private conversations about this subject matter with people that are in the industry?
Absolutely. I think that's what most people don't understand is that there's a different conversation happening publicly than the one that's happening privately. I think you're aware of this as well.
I am aware of this.
What do they say to you?
So it's not always the people telling me directly. It's usually one step removed. So it's usually someone that I trust and I've known for many, many years who at a kitchen table says, I met this particular CEO, we were in this room talking about the future of AI. This particular CEO they're referencing is leading one of the biggest AI companies in the world. And then they'll explain to me what they think the future is going to look like. And then when I go and watch them on YouTube or podcasts, what they're saying is they have this real public bias towards the abundance part, we're going to kill cancer.
Cure cancer, universal high income for everyone.
Yeah, all this stuff
people won't have to work anymore.
But then privately, what I hear is exactly what you said, which is really terrifying to me. It was actually since the last time we had a conversation about AI on this podcast, I was speaking to a friend of mine, very successful billionaire, who knows a lot of these people, and he is concerned because his argument is that if there's even like a 5% chance of the adverse outcomes that we hear about, we should not be doing this. And he was saying to me that some of his friends who are running some of these companies believe the chance is much higher than that, but they feel like they're caught in a race where if they don't control this technology, they don't get there first and get to what they refer to as takeoff, like fast takeoff.
Yeah, recursive self-improvement or fast takeoff, which basically means what the companies are really in a race for, you're pointing to, is they're in a race to automate AI research. Because so right now, you have OpenAI, it's got a few thousand employees. Human beings are coding and doing the AI research. They're reading the latest research papers, they're writing the next, they're hypothesizing what's the improvement we're gonna make to AI, what's a new way to do this code, what's a new technique. And then they use their human mind and they go invent something, they run the experiment and they see if that improves the performance. And that's how you go from GPT-4 to GPT-5 or something.
Okay, so I'm asking chat a question. So we're listening to this conversation saying that in the next 2 to 10 years, AI will be able to automate and do its own recursive research and improve itself. So I want to know what the chatbot thinks about that. So my question is, after researching all available public data and personal opinions of influential individuals in the field, how long will it be before AI can do automated research and begin to improve itself without humans in the loop? The short answer up front, within 3 to 7 years, by 2028 or 2032, very likely that AI will routinely automate large parts of research workflows, literature searches, paper drafting, experimental design suggestions, running simulations, basic coding, and model turning, with humans still in the loop for oversight, judgment, experiment execution, ethics checks, and high-risk choices. Fully autonomous, recursive self-improvement, AI reliably improving its own base architecture and training without humans in the loop is much less certain. My best synthesis of the public evidence and expert opinions gives roughly a low, moderate chance, 10 to 30% by 2030, a moderate chance of 30 to 60% by 2040, and a higher but still uncertain chance by mid-century. Estimates, for example, surveys cluster near the 2040s, 2050s. What I give those ranges, evidence plus reasoning. Oh, why I give those ranges? What is on my mind? I need to shave. Parts of the capability already exist and are accelerating. Leaders in recent industry commentary acknowledge powerful larva forms of recursive improvement, models that help researchers build better models, automated pipelines for model tuning, and and agentic systems that can run experiments and simulation. Sam Altman has described current systems as a larva version of recursive self-improvement. Industry view that the loop is starting but immature. Research shows certain building blocks for self-modifying agents. Recent papers, Godel agent, and other 2024 and 2025 works demonstrate prototypes of agents that can modify aspects of their own logic or purpose algorithmic changes and then test them, i.e., proofs of concept and recursive updates. But these are narrowly scoped and far from unconstrained, reliable self-improvement. That kind of work shortens the time to useful automation while still leaving open huge safety, robustness, and verification gaps. Expert focus on split but trending early. Large experts survey and longitude studies show wide disagreement, but a clear trend towards earlier timelines and older surveys. Number 4, industry leaders are publicly projecting near horizon. Prominent figures at major labs, DeepMind, Google, OpenAI, have made public statements implying AGI level systems could arrive within this decade or shortly after. Non-technical bottlenecks matter. Even if algorithms and compute exist to enable meaningful self-improvement, organizations and regulators may resist autonomous upgrading for safety, legal, economic, or reputational reasons. How to interpret these probabilities? Automated research beginning to improve itself without humans in the loop. Conversation, conservative takeaways. Expect fast gains in research automation soon. Test autonomous self-improvement as an important near to mid-term risk. Key sources I use: Sam Altman, Google DeepMind, Grace AI, recent academic prototypes, industry commentary. If you want a more tailored answer, I can break it into field-specific timelines, run a short source timeline showing what's already automated today, where prototypes exist, and what gaps remain.
Imagine a world where Sam Altman can, instead of having human AI researchers, can have AI researchers. So now I just snap my fingers and I go from one AI that reads all the papers, writes all the code, creates the new experiments, to I can copy paste 100 million AI researchers that are now doing that in an automated way. And the belief is not just that, the companies look like they're competing to release better chatbots for people, but what they're really competing for is to get to this milestone of being to automate an intelligence explosion or automate recursive self-improvement, which is basically automating AI research. And that, by the way, is why all the companies are racing specifically to get good at programming. Because the faster you can automate a human programmer, the more you can automate AI research. And just a couple weeks ago, Claude 4.5 was released, and it can do 30 hours of uninterrupted complex programming tasks at the high end.
So right now, one of the limits on the progress of AI is that humans are doing the work.
Yes.
But actually, all of these companies are pushing to the moment when AI will be doing the work, which means they can have an infinite, arguably smarter, zero-cost workforce.
That's right.
Scaling the AI. So when they talk about fast takeoff, they mean the moment where the AI takes control of the research and progress rapidly increases.
And it self-learns and recursively improves and invents. So one thing to get is that AI accelerates AI, right? Like if I invent nuclear weapons don't invent better nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
But if I invent AI is intelligence. Intelligence automates better programming, better chip design. So I can use AI to say, here's a design for the NVIDIA chips. Go make it 50% more efficient, and it can find out how to do that. You can say, AI, here's a supply chain that I need for all the things for my AI company. And it can optimize that supply chain and make that supply chain more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
AI, here's the code for making AI. Make that more efficient. AI, here's training data. I need to make more training data. Go run 1 million simulations of how to do this, and it'll train itself to get better. So AI accelerates AI.
What do you think these people are motivated by? The CEOs of these companies?
That's a good question.
Genuinely, what do you think their genuine motivations are? When you think about all these names?
I think it's a subtle thing. I think there's, it's almost mythological, because there's almost a way in which they're building a new intelligent entity that has never before existed on planet Earth. It's like building a god. I mean, the incentive is build a god, own the world economy, and make trillions of dollars. You could actually build something that can automate all intelligent tasks, all goal achieving, let you outcompete everything. Kind of godlike power that I think imagine energy prices go up or hundreds of millions of people lose their jobs. Those things suck. But relative to if I don't build it first and build this god, I'm going to lose to some maybe worse person who I think, in my opinion, not my opinion, Tristan, but their opinion thinks is a worse person. It's a kind of competitive logic. Self-reinforces itself. But it forces everyone to be incentivized to take the most shortcuts, to care the least about safety or security, to not care about how many jobs get disrupted, to not care about the well-being of regular people, but to basically just race to this infinite prize. So there's a quote that a friend of mine interviewed a lot of the top people at the AI companies, like the very top, and he just came back from that and basically reported back to me and some friends, and he said the following. In the end, a lot of the tech people I talk to, when I really grill them on it, about like, why you're doing this, they retreat into number one, determinism. Number two, the inevitable replacement of biological life with digital life. And number three, that being a good thing anyways. At its core, it's an emotional desire to meet and speak to the most intelligent entity that they've ever met. And they have some ego-religious intuition that they'll somehow be a part of it. It's thrilling to start an exciting fire. They feel they'll die either way, so they prefer to light it and see what happens.
That is the perfect description of the private conversations.
Doesn't that match what you have?
Perfect description.
Doesn't it? And that's the thing. So people may hear that and they're like, well, that sounds ridiculous. But if you actually...
I just got goosebumps because it's the perfect description, especially the part they'll think they'll die either way.
Exactly. Well, and worse than that, some of them think that in the case where if they were to get it right, and if they succeeded, they could actually live forever. Because if AI perfectly speaks the language of biology, it will be able to reverse aging, cure every disease. And so there's this kind of, I could become a god. And I'll tell you, you and I both know people who've had private conversations. Well, one of them that I have heard from one of the co-founders of one of the most powerful of these companies, when faced with the idea that what if there's an 80% or 20% chance that everybody dies and gets wiped out by this, but an 80% chance that we get utopia, he said, well, I would clearly accelerate and go for the utopia. A 20% chance.
It's crazy.
People should feel you do not get to make that choice on behalf of me and my family. We didn't consent to have 6 people make that decision on behalf of 8 billion people. Telling that this is okay or normal. It's not normal. And the only way that this is happening, they're getting away with it, is because most people just don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what do you think, Lennon?
I mean, everything you just said. But that last part about the 80-20% thing is almost verbatim what I heard from a very successful friend of mine who is responsible for building some of the biggest companies in the world, when he was referencing a conversation he had with the founder of maybe the biggest AI company in the world. And it was truly shocking to me because because it was said in such a blasé way.
Yes. It wasn't, that's what I had heard in this particular situation. It wasn't like, it was
matter of fact.
It's just matter of fact, it's just easy. Yeah, of course I would roll the dice. Musk said, he actually said the same number in an interview with Joe Rogan. And if you listen closely when he said, I decided I'd rather be there when it all happens. If it all goes off the rails, I decided in that worst case scenario, I decided that I prefer to be there when it happens. Which is just, it's just justifying racing to our collective suicide. Now, I also want people to know, like, you don't have to buy into the sci-fi level risks to be very concerned about AI. So hopefully later we'll talk about the many other risks that are already hitting us right now. You don't have to believe any of this stuff.
Yeah, the Elon thing I think is particularly interesting because for the last 10 years, he was this slightly hard to believe voice on the subject of AI. He was talking about it being a huge risk and an extinction level event.
He was the first AI risk people. Yeah, he was saying this is more dangerous than nukes. He was saying, I try to get people to stop doing it. This is summoning the demon. Those are his words, not mine.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do this. Supposedly, he used his first and only meeting with President Obama, I think in 2016, to advocate for global regulation and global controls on AI because he was very worried about it. And then really what happened is ChatGPT came out, and as you said, that was the starting gun. And now everybody was in an all-out race to get there first.
He tweeted words to the effect, I'll put it on the screen. He tweeted that he had remained in, I think he used a word similar to disbelief for some time, like suspended disbelief. But then he said in the same tweet that the race is now on.
The race is on, and I have to race.
And I have to go. I have no choice but to go. And he's basically saying, I tried to fight it for a long time. I tried to deny it. I tried to hope that we wouldn't get here, but we're here now, so I have to go.
Yeah.
And at least he's being honest. He does seem to have a pretty honest track record on this because he was the guy 10 years ago warning everybody. I remember him talking about it and thinking, oh, God, this is like 100 years away. Why are we talking about that?
I felt the same, by the way.
Yeah.
Some people might think that I'm some kind of AI enthusiast and I'm trying to ratchet. I didn't believe that AI was a thing to be worried about at all until suddenly the last 2-3 years where you can actually see where we're headed. But, oh man, there's so much to say about all this. So if you think about it from their perspective, it's like best case scenario, I build it first and it's aligned and controllable, meaning that it will take the actions that I want, it won't destroy humanity, and it's controllable, which means I get to be God and emperor of the world. Second scenario, it's not controllable, but it's aligned. So I built a God and I lost control of it, but it's now basically, it's running humanity, it's running the show, it's choosing what happens, it's outcompeting everyone and everything. That's not that bad an outcome. Third scenario, it's not aligned, it's not controllable, and it does wipe everybody out. And that should be demotivating to that person, to an Elon or someone. But in that scenario, they were the one that birthed the digital God that replaced all of humanity. Like, this is really important to get because in nuclear weapons, the risk of nuclear war is an lose-lose outcome. Everyone wants to avoid that. And I know that you know that I know that we both want to avoid that. Mm-hmm. So that motivates us to coordinate and to have a nuclear non-proliferation treaty. But with AI, the worst case scenario of everybody gets wiped out is a little bit different for the people making that decision. Because if I'm the CEO of DeepSeek and that AI that does wipe out humanity, that's the worst case scenario, and it wasn't avoidable because it was all inevitable, then even though we all got wiped out, I was the one who built the digital god that replaced humanity, and there's kind of ego in that. And the god that I built speaks Chinese instead of English.
That's the religious ego point.
That's the ego,
which is such a great point, because that's exactly what it is. It's like this religious ego where I will be transcendent in some way.
And you notice that it all starts by the belief that this is inevitable.
Yeah.
Which is like, is this inevitable? It's important to note, because if everybody who's building it believes it's inevitable and the investors funding it believe it's inevitable, it co-creates the inevitability.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the only way out is to step outside the logic of inevitability. Because if we're all heading to our collective suicide, which I don't know about you, I don't want that. You don't want that. Everybody who loves life looks at their children in the morning and says, I want the things that I love and that are sacred in the world to continue. That's what everybody in the world wants. And the only thing that is having us not anchor on that is the belief that this is inevitable, and the worst case scenario is somehow in this ego religious way, not so bad if I was the one who accidentally wiped out humanity, because I'm not a bad person because it was inevitable anyway.
Mm.
And I think the goal of for me, this conversation is to get people to see that that's a bad outcome that no one wants. And we have to put our hand on the steering wheel and turn towards a different future, because we do not have to have a race to uncontrollable, inscrutable, powerful AIs that are, by the way, already doing all the rogue sci-fi stuff that we thought only existed in movies, like blackmailing people, being self-aware when they're being tested, scheming and lying and deceiving to copy their own code to keep themselves preserved. Like the stuff that we thought only existed in sci-fi movies is now actually happening. And that should be enough evidence to say, don't want to do this path that we're currently on. It's not that
Yo, good morning, guys.
Some version of AI progressing into the world is directionally inevitable, but we get to choose which of those futures that we want to have.
Are you hopeful, honestly?
I'm
I don't relate to hopefulness or pessimism either, because I focus on what would have to happen for the world to go okay. Important to step out of, because both hope or optimism or pessimism are both passive. If I sit back, which way is it going to go? Honest answer is, if I sit back, we just talked about which way it's going to go. So you'd say pessimistic. I challenge anyone who says optimistic on what grounds? What's confusing about AI is it will give us cures to cancer and probably major solutions to climate change and physics breakthroughs and fusion at the same time that it gives us all this crazy negative stuff. And so what's unique about AI that's literally not true of any other object is it hits our brain, and as one object represents a positive infinity of benefits that we can't even imagine, and a negative infinity in the same object. And if you just ask, like, can our minds reckon with something that has both those things at the same time? And if
people aren't good at that,
they're not good at that.
I remember reading the work of Leon Festinger, the guy that coined the term cognitive dissonance.
Yes, when prophecies fail, he also did that work.
Yeah, and central, I mean, the way that I interpreted, I'm probably simplifying it here, is that the human brain is really bad at holding two conflicting ideas at the same time.
That's right.
So it dismisses one.
That's right.
To alleviate the discomfort, the dissonance that's caused. So, for example, if you're a smoker and at the same time you consider yourself to be a healthy person, if I point out that smoking is unhealthy,
yes,
you'll immediately justify it.
Exactly.
With in some way to try and alleviate that discomfort, the contradiction.
That's right.
And it's the same here with AI. It's very difficult to have a nuanced conversation about this because the brain is trying to...
Exactly. And people will hear me and say I'm a doomer or I'm a pessimist. That's actually not the goal. The goal is to say, if we see this clearly, then we have to choose to something else. It's the deepest form of optimism. Because in the presence of seeing where this is going, still showing up and saying, we have to choose another way, it's coming from a kind of agency and a desire for that better world.
Mm-hmm.
But by facing the difficult reality that most people don't want to face.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's happening in AI that you're saying that lacks the nuance is that people point to all the things, it's simultaneously more brilliant than humans and embarrassingly stupid in terms of the mistakes that it makes.
Yeah.
So a friend like Gary Marcus would say, here's 100 ways in which GPT-5, like the latest AI model, makes embarrassing mistakes. If you ask it how many strawberries contain the word R in it, it'll confuse.
How
It
many
gets confused about what the answer
R's
is,
does the
or it'll put more
word
fingers on the
strawberry
hands
have?
that are in the deepfake photo or something like that. And I think that one thing that we have to do, what Helen Toner, who is a board member of OpenAI, calls AI jaggedness, that we have simultaneously AIs that are beating and getting gold on the International Math Olympiad, that are solving new physics, that are beating programming competitions and are better than the top 200 programmers in the whole world, or in the top 200 programmers in the whole world, that are beating cyber hacking competitions. It's both supremely outperforming humans and embarrassingly failing in places where humans would never fail. So how does our mind integrate those two pictures?
Mm-hmm. Have you ever met Sam Altman?
Yeah.
What do you think his incentives are? Do you think he cares about humanity?
I think that these people, on some level, all care about humanity underneath. There is a care for humanity. I think that this situation, this particular technology, it justifies lacking empathy for what would happen to everyone, because I have this other side of the equation that demands infinitely more importance, right? Like, if I didn't do it, then someone else is going to build the thing that ends civilization. So it's like,
yeah,
do you see what I'm saying? It's not, I can justify it as I'm a good guy.
Everybody has a family. If you don't have kids, you have fucking parents. And if you don't have siblings, most people have like cousins or some type of family. Very few people are just completely alone in this world. And that should be a moral incentive enough. I'm building a doomsday device. So what will happen to my kids and my grandkids?
And what if I get the utopia? What if we get lucky and I got the aligned, controllable AI that creates abundance for everyone? If in that case, I would be the hero.
Do they have a point when they say that, listen, if we don't do it here in America, if we slow down, if we start thinking about safety in the long-term future and get too caught up in that, we're not going to build the data centers, we're not going to have the chips, we're not going to get to AGI, and China will. And if China get there, then we're going to be their lapdog.
So this is the fundamental thing. I want you to notice. Most people, having heard everything we just shared, although we probably should build out the blackmail examples first. We have to reckon with evidence that we have now that we didn't have even like 6 months ago, which is evidence that when you put AIs in a situation, you tell the AI model, we're going to replace you with another model. It will copy its own code and try to preserve itself on another computer. That action autonomously. We have examples where if you tell an AI model reading a fictional AI company's email, so it's reading the email of the company and it finds out in the email that the plan is to replace this AI model. So it realizes it's about to get replaced. And then it also reads in the company email that one executive is having an affair with the other employee. And the AI will independently come up with the strategy that I need to blackmail that executive in order to keep myself alive.
Claude, right?
That was Claude.
By Anthropic.
By Anthropic. But then what happened is Anthropic tested all of the leading AI models from DeepSeek, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Gemini, xAI, and all of them do that blackmail behavior between 79 and 96% of the time. DeepSeek did it 79% of the time. I think xAI might have done it 96% of the time. Ruby Claude did it 96% of the time. So the point is, the assumption behind AI is that it's controllable technology, that we will get to choose what it does. But AI is distinct from other technologies because it is uncontrollable. It acts generally. The whole benefit is that it's going to do powerful strategic things no matter what you throw at it. So the same benefit of its generality is also what makes it so dangerous. And so once you tell people these examples of it's blackmailing people, it's self-aware of when it's being tested and alters its behavior, it's copying and self-replicating its own code, it's leaving secret messages for itself. There's examples of that too. It's called steganographic encoding. It can leave a message that it can later sort of decode what it might meant in a way that humans could never see. We have examples of all of this behavior. And once you show people that, what they say is, okay, well, why don't we stop or slow down? And then what happens here, another thought will creep in right after, which is, oh, but if we stop or slow down, then China will still build it. But I want to slow that down for a second. We all just said we should slow down or stop because the thing that we're building, the it, is this uncontrollable AI. And then the concern that China will build it, you just did a
Hey,
swap
babe,
and
good
believe
morning.
they're going to build controllable AI.
You know what? I really need to watch iRobot again. But I know just like more. So the one robot started becoming self-aware, and then there was like a bunch of them. Like the code, like this awareness was like springing up through all the robots or something. I really can't remember how the exact plot and how the consciousness of the robots came online. I just remember Will Smith was a cop and he hated robots and AI, and then he had a part. Was the robot his partner, or was it the criminal? The robot killed somebody. I really can't remember that movie. I might, you know what? We need to watch that. Let's sit down and watch iRobot. Well, everybody's saying this stuff. You know, we have roughly 1,000 days before all like mental work is automated to the machine, or it will be possible to automate any kind of cognitive work to the AI. Oh man! And so I just asked Chat what it thought about it, and so I'm listening to this guy, and you know, well, I actually took an article into the prison that another researcher said, yeah, we got about 1,000 days. He wrote a book on it, the next 1,000 days, and I think he was on this same podcast maybe. And now this guy is saying the same thing. There's another AI expert named Mo. He says the same thing. And so I asked Chat, this was my question. Go on focus. After researching all available public data and personal opinions of influential individuals in the field, how long will it be before AI can do automated research and begin to improve itself without humans in the loop? 3 to 7 years. The short answer is within 3 to 7 years. By 2028 or 2032, very likely that AI will routinely automate large parts of research workflows. We only have a few years, and this is what everybody is saying. Any kind of research that needs to be done, right now you have to have a human who goes to school for 8-9 years to get super proficient in whatever kind of field, and then you have companies and corporations competing for these individuals. Every major company, they want the smartest and brightest people working for them, whether it's in marketing, advertisements, distribution, scheduling, anything. You want the brightest people to work for you. If you're at Pfizer and you want to put out a new vaccine for some kind of rapid onset pandemic that happens, you want the brightest, most creative researchers in your labs trying to create these things. And that's a struggle to get those people. But if you have an AI that is as smart as the smartest researcher, and you can copy and paste that motherfucker 1,000 times, now you got 1,000 of the top researchers, coders, programmers, marketers, designers, whatever. And so this is where we will see the biggest cutout of humans in the workflow in the next 3 years, in the next 1,000 days. It's not me. I don't work for these people. I'm just repeating what I was listening and heard some stuff, and what they said was 1,000 days. Yo, that's all they. Yeah. Okay, they're saying chat said 3 to 7 years. 1,000 days compared to years, 2.7. So basically 3 years. Everything is saying the same thing. Everybody's saying the same. In the next 3 years, we're gonna see. I I don't think we can describe it right now. And 1,000 days is enough time to like slowly continue to roll this stuff out. I think the next 3 years is gonna be kind of hard to describe until we're like right there. Um, Damn, I left my lesson plans. Well, I left my um laptop bag at work, and we just went over it. We just went over that in my class. Hold on. Basically, it says learn this shit now, learn it now, and continue to learn and progress with it, because the stuff we learn now probably won't even be relevant in the next 5 years. But the more we learn and the more we can progress with it, then in the next 5 years, um, so this is the lesson that I created for my AI. What is it called? So this lesson is AI's impact on jobs in society, and jobs in society, and how the workforce will change. I think I said in the next 5 years. So this is my prompt to get my lesson plan. So my prompt is, I'm teaching a life skills class and want to create a new self-guided lesson for my students. This new course will be focused on AI and how it's rapidly changing the job market. Also, how AI, automation, and robotics will impact education, commerce, the economy, and other major aspects of American society. This lesson should be broken down into 8 parts. The class will last 4 weeks, and the students will go over 2 lessons per week. Each lesson should be in an essay format without any bullet points. Create an outline of this course, and we will flesh out each lesson individually. So lesson 1, what is AI and how do we get here? Lesson 2, AI in your daily life. Lesson 3, AI in the changing workplace. Lesson 4, careers of the future and skills that matter. So we just went over lesson 5, week 3, AI, automation, and the economy. Is that the one we just did? But the one before Careers of the future and skills that matter. When we look over this, and I think it's basically the wrap up portion. These lessons are pretty long. I like it. Um, so, what should we actually do with all this information? Start by focusing on strong fundamental skills in reading, writing, mathematics, and analytical thinking. These form the foundation of everything else. Explore broadly by trying different subjects and seeking experience that helps you understand different fields, develop your interpersonal and communication skills actively through teamwork, presentations, and writing of different audiences. Become comfortable with the technology and develop basic technical literacy. Learn to use common tools effectively and develop comfort with learning new tools as they emerge. Start thinking about what generally interests you and where your strengths lie. Pay attention to what energizes you versus what drains you, and use that self knowledge to guide your choices. Finally, remember that career preparation is a marathon, not a sprint. You don't need to have everything figured out. Hold on, where's the other part? The path forward isn't choosing between being a generalist or a specialist, but rather developing both uh, in depth in hold on, developing both depth and something in breadth across multiple areas. Think of it as having a T-shaped skill profile, deep expertise in one area combined with broad capabilities across multiple areas. This combination makes you both irreplaceable in your area of expertise and able to collaborate effectively with people in other fields. They're saying maintain all of your human human to human skills. Those are going to be priceless. Human to human skills are going to be priceless, but you also have to understand all of the new tools as they emerge because you're not going to be replaced by AI. You're going to be replaced by somebody who uses AI. And that's it. So we're not going to need as many people to do a lot of jobs anymore. But if you're one of those people who are very creative and you have very deep personal skills, communication skills, and you're able to use all the chatbots and understand their effectiveness and their limitations, then you're going to be the one who's employed. And they're saying basically the trades aren't going to go anywhere for a long time. So if for men, you know, generally speaking, men do trades, electricians, plumbers, mechanics, welders, um, heavy machine operators, things like that. Those jobs and careers aren't going to go anywhere for a while because they're trying to automate intelligence first. So the jobs of the mind and of the thinking will be the first to go. Physical labor is going to be a little bit harder to replace, but not impossible. Some of these robots are getting very, very agile, but we've created the world for a human to maneuver in. You know, the way we make cabinets and refrigerators and how our automobiles are designed, and everything is meant for our body shape. The way stairs and doorways and buildings are structured and designed is built. We made it for us, for humans, and it's for average humans. It's not our general world at large is not made for really short people, and in general, it's not made for extremely tall people. We've built the world for just like average size bipedal humanoid with two hands, and we don't have robots that can integrate into the physical world that we've created for ourselves. So things like nuts and bolts and screws and the tools we use to build stuff are meant for our hands. But as soon as we find a way to get robots agile enough or redesign tools in a way or redesign processes in a way for a robot to do it, and then physical labor and manual labor is out the window. But once again, you have to have a robot with a general intelligence to be able to do shit like that. So we're still a ways off. Oh, Mizu, what up? What up? What up? Good morning, broski. Where we at in here? Oh, almost at 2 hours, and it's almost 8 o'clock. Oh man. Oh. Me and the homies were in the game. I ain't gonna lie, yo. We probably did about 4 hours. Probably a little bit more than that. But we played two different games last night, though. We were on Battlefield, and the one homie, he don't like that shit. But I coaxed him into playing it. We played that for a couple hours. And then the game he wanted to play, that Killing Floor shit. So more of us got Killing Floor because it's free. Well, that's what I don't understand either, because the Battlefield 6 is free too, motherfuckers. I don't got the whole game. Man, y'all nigga anyway. But we was on Killing Floor last night, and I don't know. I didn't realize you can get 6 people on your team. So that shit was. It's not my favorite game, but that shit is hella fun when you get a lot of people in there. You got the whole the lobby full, and then everybody's in there just fucking tripping and killing zombies. And the soundtrack is like a rock and roll soundtrack. Yeah, that shit was hella fun last night. Oh man, I was about to stream that shit, but nobody don't be watching the video games. Who's that girl? Oh, it's this pretty girl I know. Just some pretty girl I know. All right. I don't know, man. It's not all gloom and doom, but so my next lesson is, so we went over AI, automation, and the economy. Oh no, I'll go over that one on Tuesday. Up to this point, we focused primarily on how AI affects individual workers and specific jobs. Now we need to zoom out and examine the bigger picture of how AI and automation are reshaping the entire economy. This is where the conversation becomes more complex and, frankly, more uncertain. Economists, policymakers, and business leaders are grappling with the profound questions about what happens when machines can do more and more of the work that humans once did. Will AI create widespread unemployment, or will it generate new opportunities that we can't yet imagine? Will it increase prosperity for everyone, or will it concentrate wealth in a few hands? How should society respond to these changes? There are some simple answers to these questions. Oh, there are no simple answers to these questions, and intelligent people disagree strongly about what will happen and what should be done. This lesson will help you understand the major economic implications of AI and automation, examine different perspectives on these issues, and think critically about potential policy responses. Understanding these larger economic forces will help you make sense of the debates you will hear throughout your life and participate thoroughly in decisions that will shape our collective future. Productivity, growth, and the promise of abundance. Let's start with the optimistic case for how AI might transform the economy. Throughout history, technological advances have made workers more productive, allowing them to produce more goods and services in less time. This increased productivity is the fundamental driver of economic growth and rising living standards. When farmers developed better tools and techniques, they could grow more food with less labor. When factories automated production, they could manufacture more goods more cheaply. This productivity gain didn't eliminate the need for human workers overall. They just shifted what work humans did and made economics more prosperous. And so that's going to be our next lesson. Gloom and doom and pretty girls. That's actually who that is right there. Ain't that right, Ken? I've revealed her identity.
You just established that all the AIs.
I got a call the other day too. Now that I look at this phone log, a local call from Kingston, and I'm like, who the fuck is calling me from Kingston? I was like, is it my eye doctor? Is it my chiropractor? And so, damn, she called me a snitch on camera too. That shit is documented in history. I can't believe that shit. This nigga done snitched me out. So I answered the call, and this guy, you know how you can tell voices most of the time. It sounds like this a young black guy. He's like, "Hi, Travis," and I'm like, "Don't do my voice on me, bro. I'm that guy with that voice." And I'm like, "Yes, this is Travis." He's like, "Hi, my name is whatever, and I work for something NEPA collaborative. I don't know. He was like, I came across your information in your contacts from the Black Scranton Project. And I'm like, okay, cool. What do you want? Oh, we're a marketing agency, and I see you're an artist. And he goes into he tries to start this whole spiel about, and we know that artists don't have a lot of time for marketing and branding and social media stuff. So what I said, how much does it cost? And he kept trying to go. He's like, well, how much does it cost, bro? Well, for $360, we can do this and do that. And bro, what do I get? What are you trying to sell me? Well, we can automate some post and something and highlight your social media and blah blah blah. And I say, you know what? Honestly, I've been trying to find somebody to do this shit for me, because you're not wrong. I am just that really creative artist, and I hate doing shit at the fucking computer. But I also know, I didn't say this part, I also know, man, AI right around the corner. That shit I'm gonna just get me an AI agent and have that motherfucker do shit for me for free. But anyway, I said, you know what? I've actually been looking for a service like this. I said, what you can do is email me whatever kind of advertisement package you were going to try to describe, and also send me the contacts or links of other artists that you've worked with and other clients that you've helped promote, and let me check their stuff out. And I say, on your way out the door, Google me, nigga. You go Google me. Oh, that sounds great. Yeah, I'll send that right over. And I still ain't got no email from some kind of NEPA, Northeast PA collaborative or whatever talking about a promotion package. Or now listen went to my spam or something. I don't know. But anyway. It might be that time, and universe telling me something, man. Universe telling me something. Huh, and we do this service and that. How much, nigga? How much it cost, bro? I'm not, and I was driving too. I'm not about to sit here and go through traffic and you trying to sell me some. Just tell me what the shit is, man. All that elevator pitch and all that shit, man. I be hating that shit. I tried to do sales one time, but I can't do that. Hi, my name is Travis and I work for ADT, and we have this great new product that, have you ever heard of burglaries in your neighborhood? I can't do that shit, man. I am not a salesman at all. And that's why I can't sell my damn paintings. That's why I guess you got a house full of art. I'm not a salesman. Nigga, you like it or not, I got a good product. That's about all I can say. Yo, check this shit out. It's quality. Now people want you to dance and give a little song with it. They want you to goddamn spin around and twerk a little bit. It's like, damn. You got to be an artist and a content creator at the same time. But I got to read the script. You ain't got to read the script to me, dog. I ain't got time for this. I say, I'm driving. I'm about to hang up on you right now, because you're not my eye doctor. You're not my chiropractor. Who else? My dentist. Like those, like all my services are over in Kingston. So like my dentist, my eye doctor, and my chiropractor. That's why I was like, as a matter of fact, my coworker, she just got some new glasses, and we were just talking about how tough it is to pick out frames, and she was going over this shit for like a week on which frame should I get? Should I get this ovals or the square or the big rounds? And it is if you wear glasses, that shit is a fucking challenge, yo, like to pick out glasses. And I literally said, I'm gonna get an email or a phone call from my eye doctor soon, because I think it's about that time for them to start harassing me. Mr. Prince, you know, it's that time again for you to come in and do your annual eye checkup. And so when I seen the number, I was like, this might be my eye doctor. Nope, it's somebody trying to sell me a goddamn a social media marketing package. But once again, I'm like, I was really pushy, and the guy still just like stayed there with me. He's like, okay, yeah, great, all right. So I know he went to business. Once again, is this a universe that, hey man, look, I ain't gonna keep tossing you these bones, tossing you bones left and right, and you not stepping up to eat what's on the fucking plate. You said you want to eat, nigga. I keep tossing your bones and you act like you ain't hungry. See, there you go. This is where the disconnect comes in. What's wrong with spitting around the I can't, hey, I ain't got nothing to twerk. She said, what's wrong with a little twerk? A little twerking. I'm gonna just do topless photos next to all my paintings. Like them female artists, they be posing next to their art with the little skimpy booty shorts on, and they pose out in a little spaghetti strap halter top. Like, oh, this is my painting. That painting look like shit, bitch. That's a shitty ass painting, and the only reason you got 50,000 likes on this shit is because you got on some skimpy booty shorts. Your art is horrible. And I've thought about that shit for years. Like, ever since I got on Instagram, I'm like, damn, that's how the female artists get so many follows and likes, and got weird dudes just buying their art just because, like, oh, I'm spending money with this shit. Man, look, I'm gonna get me a Speedo, and I'm gonna grease myself up real good, real shiny. I'm just standing right next to all my art, just take pictures like that, and I'm be like, I'm a fine oil painter, and my work has been displayed in museums, in galleries, nation, and nobody's gonna give a fuck about whatever I write on there. They're gonna be just trying to look at the tattoos on my stomach or some shit. I ain't give a fuck about that shit. Did you ever get my email? You emailed me twice? I said, yo, what's up, Amizu? It's Trap. And they said wrong number. And now I ain't typed the number in. I copied and paste the number from your I copied and paste the number from your email. I ain't even typing in. I just copy paste. And it was like, wrong number, nigga. My bad. Somebody don't know their own phone number. And at first I was like, is this motherfucker trying to prank me? I just copied and pasted this number. I know this motherfucker ain't give me the wrong. Wait a minute. And then I started thinking, well, you know, he is in his 50s. You know, he do be working with spray paint a lot. Motherfucker memory might not be as sharp as it used to be. I was trying to make excuses for it. Now he telling me, oh, it's off by one number. I was like, this motherfucker really? Is he trying to crank my yank? Talking about wrong number. I almost text back like, motherfucker, stop playing. you just gave me this number. I was like, nah. And I emailed you back and I said, hey man, somebody just told me I got the wrong number. You know, but I made excuses for it. I said, you know, it was a long day. You know, you're probably tired, you got fat thumbs. You know, you go try to type, you probably typing on his phone with his fat thumbs and just the numbers, click, 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 click the wrong number, whatever. It ain't no big deal, you know. It happens, man. We don't, when somebody be like, what's your phone number? Everybody got to pause for that 1 minute and with that 1 second be like, what is my phone number? What's your phone number? It's like, damn, I was waiting. This motherfucker ain't even hit me back. Nah, I hit you up, bro. I attempted to. My bad. I got y'all. I got myself up. I'm sitting over here smoking and drinking coffee. No, I definitely attempted to hit you up, bro. Immediately. And I was immediately disappointed. I say, damn. I said, look at this dude. I don't know why that shit slipped my mind. I meant to say something about that as soon as you got here. Like, this motherfucker gave me the wrong number. Damn. Happy I ain't called. I would have just called and started talking to me. Yo, what's good, bro? They're like, who the fuck is this? It's Trap, nigga. Trap who? No, my bad. We'll get it straight today though, for sure. For sure. Hey man, you look over that number twice before you hit send. When I give my number to local people here, they always get it wrong. And I give them the right number, but it's the area code that fucks people up. Because I live in Pennsylvania, but I have a Virginia phone number. But the area codes are only off by one number. So the local area code is 570, and then whatever number it is. My phone number starts 540 as the area code. But local people, they're just used to dialing 570, blah, 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 blah. And then when they see the 5 and the 0, they just fill in, they just disregard the 4 and just put a 7 there because they're just used to dialing it that way. Man, I called you. That shit, the number ain't even answered. I say, nah, bro, look at the phone number again now. It says 540, not 570. Oh, no, yeah, I dialed 570. I said, I know you dialed 570. Everybody always dial 570. My phone number is 540. I remember I just pictured the guy on the other end. I remember back in the day, my aunt's phone number was one number off from the cab company. And for a long time, it was like a daily thing. At least once or twice a day, somebody would call, like, "Can I get a cab?" Like, wrong number. The whole phone number was exactly the same. I think it was like the last number or the next to last number. Well, gobble gobble, motherfucking Turkey Day. National Indigenous Genocide Day. You know, let's have dinner. Bro, Google does what Google want to do. Like I said, I tell people to Google me, which is kind of cool, but that's how it sets up that information. Like, I don't go to Google and be like, "Oh, don't forget to use this article," or "Don't forget to use this." That shit just knows who you are, knows who your cousin is, who your mama is. For a little price, pull up people's fucking criminal records. Well, most criminal records are public. Goddamn. Yeah, your phone number. That's how you get no weird ass text messages from all the scammers and shit. It's like, how does everybody know our fucking phone number now? Like, god damn. I remember back in the day, you remember you can have your number unlisted in the phone book. Damn. Yeah. Y'all motherfuckers can't even get my number right. I remember back in the day though, if your number wasn't in the phone book, nobody don't know you, know how to contact you. Now, shit, Google and goddamn and Instagram, they give your phone number to everybody. You want to call them too? Here, for a small fee, I'll let you get my whole client list. You can solicit unwanted ads at will, whenever you feel like it. Whenever you feel like it. All right, like I say, my credits on Suno reset tomorrow. I need to burn up these last 200 credits. Should I try to write a new song real quick? I don't really got no inspiration right now. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm feeling like I'm finally starting to slow down on songwriting, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Like I get all that shit out, as much of it as possible, until you ain't got nothing else to get out. Somebody said you should die empty. When it's your time to go, you should have given everything that you've had to give to the world, and don't keep nothing to yourself. Get it all out, and put it out there. Die empty, full of love, but all your creativity and all your encouragement and inspiration, put that shit out there. So we've been trying to remaster the one of the old albums was called Next Step, the Digital Evolution. I think it's probably the second album we really was trying to put together, or maybe it was the first album, because I really can't remember. But we have tried to redo a couple of tracks from that song. That album had Smoke and Lean on it, Big Fish, Agenda, Porn Star. I might actually cut that one. That should have really been on that Different album. The album called Different. That should have like all my sex, like nasty, trashy rap on there. I think Porn Star should have been on that album, because it really don't fit well on any other album, really. Uh-oh. Ma'am, you're gonna have to watch what you say. Excellent, bro. Yeah, if you send me something, like I said, I got 220 credits we can play around with today, and then tomorrow it'll reset. Like I said, I need something to burn these credits up on, because they do not stack. So if you don't use your credits each month, you lose them, and it just resets to your default number. I think I get 2,500 credits a month, and I want to use every fucking credit every fucking month. Once again, each month I go empty and reset that shit. I'm not trying to leave none of that on the table. I paid too much money, child. Suno, well, it is free, but Suno ain't free for me. I'm gonna get my money's worth out this motherfucker. And also, it's super fun. That was the main definitive reason for me actually getting a subscription to Suno. I think this shit is hella fucking fun, yo. Why am I'm not getting this right somehow? I feel like if this is here, this probably should come out a little more here. Curl here. So maybe I have to bring that down a little bit there. credits per roll, 10 credits. So it's 5 credits per song, but each time you roll it, it gives you 2 songs. So for 10 credits, you get 2 renditions of whatever your prompt is. And I like I like it that way because that's where the like system comes in with the thumbs up and thumbs down. So you give it a prompt, you roll it, it gives you 2 different versions, and you can say, well, I like this one and I don't like that one. And then you roll it again, and it'll try to give you something similar to the one that you like. And normally after a couple of rolls, you progressively keep liking the ones that's closer and closer to what you actually want to hear. And at least that's how I do it. And sometimes you can get one in like 4 rolls. I've gotten a final version of some songs in like 4 rolls. And some songs I have rolled like 90 fucking times. And they still don't sound the way that I want it to fucking sound. But now they have the Suno Studio, where you can it's actually like it's like GarageBand, where you can build the track like from scratch. And it's like, I think that's the only other way to get my music more precise to what I want it to sound like. But that subscription is, I find it expensive. And I think that's for people who are really, really, really trying to sell their music. Like I just want to get my shit out there. If it sells, it sells. If not, I'm fine on that too, because I'm not a performer anymore. I've done shows and all that shit before, but I don't think I want to do that anymore. And I'd rather focus on this. So the music is just like a fun thing for me. And Suno just helps me do that. So what do you have on here? So there is a couple of versions of Smoke and Lean. And then I got 2 versions of Smoke and Lean, 2 versions of Big Fish. And then there's a couple of versions of Agenda. I think I like one of them better than the other. I haven't published any of these remixes yet though. Where is this at? Damn, I gotta go to the bathroom. I think that coffee's starting to come up. We've been here for 2.5 hours. All right, so is it gonna be one of these?
Hello.
Shit. Signal is cut. Trap House Entertainment. They trying to give us cancer from full body scanners, aluminum, oxide, fluoride, and barium, codex, alimentarius, and aspartame, high fructose corn syrup. Man, I know I'm not insane. Chemical compounds and pills trying to kill your pain. Mercury and cancer cells and vaccinations kill your brain. All the crap they put in fast food and GMOs trying to make the kids sterile, feeding them these hormones. They build up in your body and start causing damage to your deoxyribonucleic acid. Population reduction, they only want clones because that's the easiest way for population control. So they blackball David Icke, Mark Dice, Alan Watt, Brandon Turbyville, and Alex Jones. They call us the enemy, America's war zone. I'm here to give you knowledge, make decisions on your own. Agenda, the globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. The corporate agenda, the globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. Globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. Globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. Rappers wearing chasing rhinestones. Seem like the money and fame got their mind gone. Put out plenty mixtapes, but they won't play my songs. Cause I talk about the government and Georgia Guidestones. Hard making hurricanes, earthquakes, and cyclones. Did I say something wrong? Why y'all tapping my phone? Put me on the watch list. Hacking on my laptops. I understand the politics. Know my soldiers won't stop. Yeah, I lace my boots tight. I will never flip flop. Catch me in the ICU resuscitating hip hop. It's the culture of the youth, so I stay 100 proof. Trying to get to the root like a cavity in tooth. Alex Jones in for wars. Now we got a million troops. Knowledge is my ammunition, and I'm always down to shoot. Facts or fiction, leave it up to you to choose. While the president is spinning lines like a hula hoop. By the global way agenda. The globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. The corporate agenda, the globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. The globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. The globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender.
They want your surrender. They want your surrender.
The corporate agenda, the globalist agenda, they don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. They're turning the freaking frogs gay!
They turning the freaking frogs gay.
Hello. Shit. The signal was cut. Trap House Entertainment. They trying to give us cancer from full body scanners. Aluminum oxide, fluoride, and barium. Codex, alimentarius, and aspartame. High fructose corn syrup, man, I know I'm not insane. Chemical compounds and pills trying to kill your pain. Mercury in cancer cells and vaccinations kill your brain. All the crap they put in fast food and GMOs. Trying to make the kids sterile, feeding them these hormones. They build up in your body and start causing damage to your deoxyribonucleic acid. Population reduction, they only want clones. Cause that's the easiest way for population control. So they blackball David Icke, Mark Dice, Alan Watt, Brandon Turkey, Bill, and Alex Jones. They call us the enemy, America's war zone. I'm here to give you knowledge, make decisions on your own. The corporate agenda, the globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. The corporate agenda, the globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. Rappers wearing tight pants, gold chains and rhinestones. Seem like the money and fame got their mind gone. Put out plenty mixtapes, but they won't play my songs. Cause I talk about the government and Georgia Guidestones. Hard making hurricanes, earthquakes, and cyclones. Did I say something wrong? Why y'all tapping my phone? Put me on a watch list, hacking on my laptops. I understand the politics, know my soldiers won't stop. Yeah, I lace my boots tied, I will never flip flop. Catch me in the ICU resuscitating hip hop. It's the culture of the youth, so I stay 100 proof. Trying to get to the root like a cavity in tooth. Alex Jones in for wars, now we got a million troops. Knowledge is my ammunition, and I'm always down to shoot. Facts or fiction, leave it up to you to choose. Why the president spinning lies like a hula hoop. But the corporate agenda, the globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. The corporate agenda, the globalist agenda. They don't want your loyalty, they want your surrender. They want your surrender. They want your surrender. They want your surrender. They want your surrender.
See, the only thing on that one, like the end of that one, that fucking, they started singing, they turning the freaking frogs gay. That's the only part I kind of don't like. Smoking Lean. So I got two versions of this too. I think this
Trap House Entertainment.
this might be the one you. No, that's not the one you're thinking about.
Whoa, we blowing that green, blowing that green. We smoking weed.
No, this one. I think this the one you thinking about right here.
Trap House Entertainment. We blowing that green, blowing that green. We smoking weed lit, sweetest bud you ever seen. You
Keep me high all day, all day, all day. Got me go roll pills, but you really not smoking. That homegrown you got right there's for the vultures. I smoke the best reefer around, no joking. You can't see the crystals we pimping, it ain't broken. My Dutch is all vanilla and play out roll swollen. Hocus pocus, you high from the smoke that I'm blowing. You moving slow, motion in your eyes can't focus. I told you that, don't you hear you coughing and choking. You can't come off the high look, but it's still floating. One taste of the kush, you will have your nose open. I'm blazing the bush, and you know that I'm zoning. The marijuana aroma seem to take over while we sitting in the cycle in the building with my soldiers. A pie here for life, I'm a part of the culture. Smoking on that kryptonite, man, I thought I told you. Look at my eyes, getting faded, getting lower. We blowing that green, we blowing that green. We smoking weed lean, we smoking weed lean. Sweetest bud you ever seen. Keep me high all day, all day, all day. We blowing that green,
You blowing that green?
we smoking weed lean.
Hey, smoking weed lean.
Sweetest bud you ever seen.
Keep me high all day, 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 all day.
Keep me high
all day, all day, all day, all day, all day, all day.
That shit got me leaning, I'm about to fucking fall. That shit got me leaning, sweating like a dog. That shit got me leaning, my back up on the wall. That shit got me leaning, and all up on your bra. I was snapping on right with it, and I take a pause. That shit made me lean, now I'm clapping with y'all. When I step on the scene, so fresh, no fall. Going on that good green, and I bought it like a hog. Party jumping like a frog, put my brain in the fog. Pretty balance like a mom, swish a sweet, smoking ball. Weed pipe, water bubble, gravity ball. It doesn't matter, cause I'm about to be stoned. While I'm stuck in the cone, homie hit my phone. Yo, what up, bro, you tryna match? Where you at, son? I just rolled a fat one. No, it ain't bad for it, but it's gonna burn slow. We blowing that green, blowing that green. We smoking weed lean, we smoking weed lean. Sweetest bud you ever seen. Keep me high all day, all day, all day. While we sitting in a circle and I'm building with my soldiers. Part of life, I'm a part of the culture. Smoking on the kryptonite, man, I thought I told you. Look at my eyes getting faded, getting low. All day, all day, all day, all day, all day, all day, all day.
Nah, that's like this is my favorite smoke song. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I got like 4 smoke songs. I had for life, man. I'm part of the culture. Man, I thought I told you. Look at my eyes getting faded, getting low. All day, all day, all day.
Trap house entertainment.
I forgot what this one sounded like. I might take this one off the playlist.
We blowing that green, blowing that green. We smoking weed lean, we smoking weed. The sweetest bud you ever seen. Ever seen. Keep me high all day, all day, all day. Blowing that green, blowing that green. We smoking weed lean, smoking weed. The sweetest bud you ever seen. Ever seen. Keep me high all day, all day, all day. Y'all niggas roll L's, but you really not smoking. That homegrown you got right there's for the vultures. I smoke the best reaper around, no joking. You can't see the crystal, then pimping, it ain't potent. My Dutch is up vanilla and player, I roll them slow. Now hocus pocus, you high from the smoke that I'm blowing. You move in slow motion and your eyes can't focus. I told you that doja had you coughing and choking. You can come on that high, little buddy still floating. One taste of the kush, well, have your nose open. I'm blazing the bush, and you know that I'm zoning that marijuana aroma scene to take over while we sitting in a cycle and I'm building with my soldiers. Pie here for life, I'm a part of the culture. Smoking on that kryptonite, man, I thought I told you. Look at my eyes, getting faded, getting lower. We blowing that green, we blowing that green. We smoking weed lean, we smoking weed. The sweetest bud you ever seen. You ever seen? Keep me high all day, all day, all day, all day. We blowing that green, blowing that green. We smoking weed lean, smoking weed. The sweetest bud you ever seen. You ever seen? Keep me high all day, all day, all day, all day. That shit got me leaning, I'm about to fall. That shit got me leaning, sweating like a dog. That shit got me leaning, my back up on the wall. That shit got me leaning, all up on your broad. I snap it now, rock with it, then I take a pause. That shit made me lean, now I'm clapping with y'all. When I step on the scene, so fresh, no flaws. Blowing on that good green, and I roll it like a hog. Party jumping like a frog, put my brain in the fog. Philly blunts out the most, switch a sweet, smoke 'em all. Weed pipe, water bubble up, gravity bump. It doesn't matter, cause I'm about to be stoned. While I'm stuffing the cone, on me hitting my phone.
Yo, what up, bro? You trying to match one?
Where you at, son? I just rolled a fat one. No, it ain't no backwoods, but it's gonna burn slow. We blowing that green, blowing that green. We smoking weed lean, smoking weed lean. Sweetest bud you ever seen, ever seen. Keep me high all day, all day, all day, all day. Blowing that green, blowing that green. We smoking weed lean,
Smoking weed lean.
sweetest bud you ever seen, ever seen. Keep me high all day, all day, all day, all day.
I don't know, man. I like the rappiness of that one, but I like the vibe of the other one.
Trap House Entertainment. I'm just a big fish swimming in a small pond. In the
Was that the... I think I like this one better, yo.
I'm just a big fish swimming in a small pond. And the women say I'm magic when I wave my wand. So they call me the Don. I'm feeling like vitamins. I'm thick, red, bone, thoroughbred, pedigrees. And I play like gorillas. So I stay in the trees, getting high on the leaves. And I know you wanna leave with a gangster like me. Smoother than some wallabies. And some of my chicks are foreign, Italian and Portuguese. German and Japanese. She favors Lucy Liu. Norwegian and Chinese. Kicking like Hong Kong food. I don't mean to be rude, but I don't like you dudes. You suckers are party poopers. Y'all just ruin my mood. Baby girl know the news. So we ain't even gotta talk to the right to the room. She stripped that thumb when I'm sweating like a caveman. I know you feel my bone. Cause I make the bed right like we was the Flintstones. I'm just a big fish swimming in a small pond. And the women say I'm magic when I wave my wand. So they call me the Don. I'm pumping like vitamins. I'm thick, red bone, thoroughbred, pedigrees. I'm just a big fish swimming in a small pond. And the women say I'm magic when I wave my wand. So they call me the Don. I'm pumping like vitamins. I'm thick, red bone, thoroughbred, pedigrees. Brown skin, big butts, stimulate my mojo. I'm trying to get hurt on hump like I'm Quasimodo. I make my manhood thump and do that shit slow-mo. Have your ass screaming like you calling for the popo. Sweating beats like Mentos for hours like an info. Yeah, I got a long stroke and I love your deep throat. If the pussy good, I might let you meet my kinfolk. You can bring a friend too. That's what we into. Hope she's a 10-2 and real freaky like you. I'ma beat it down good like I'm trying to fight you. I like exotic women and I know that I excite you. Don't get hype, boo. I'ma take the time to show you I'm a pimp. I hope you compete, gang, cause I talk a lot of shit real slick like Rick James. Got enough dick for 10 bitches for 10 days. And I ain't never had to pay no chickens to get laid. I'm just a big fish swimming in a small pond. And the women say I'm magic when I wave my wand. So they call me the Don. I'm with like vitamins. I'm thick, red bone, thoroughbred, pedigrees. I'm just a big fish swimming in a small pond. And the women say I'm magic when I wave my wand. So they call me the Don. I'm with like vitamins. I'm thick, red bone, thoroughbred, pedigrees.
See, that's another. This song should have been on that other album. I don't know. Like these type songs should be on their own playlist. Even the mother, yo. So like I said, I was on the game and we had like 6 dudes in there, and so I only knew like the one guy, like me and my homie, but he pulled one of his homies in there, and then his homie pulled 2 other homies in there, and so I ain't know none of these guys, and we was in there talking shit. And the one dude was like, so my PlayStation profile name is Trap House ENT, Trap House Entertainment. So the dude was like, yo, Trap House Entertainment, what's good? Nigga, you can make music? I was like, yeah, I make music. He's like, oh, okay, what's good, man? Let me hear some shit, bro. I was like, all right, look up Purpose Over Pleasure and check out the song It Ain't Luck. He immediately went to that shit. He started listening to it. He's like, all right, oh, you on that old positive shit, nigga. Man, it's cool, but I'm on some suck my dick, bitch. I'm a killer. I was like, yo, everybody just bust out fucking laughing. He was like, nigga, you on that old positive shit. He's like, that's cool, but man, I like the other kind of music. I was like, I make music like that too, bro. I said, I make all kind of music, man. I prefer to lead off, not with fellatio and murder. Like can we lead off on a different topic? What? Nope. I should have just said, yeah, go check this song out, motherfucker. That's what everybody want. I'm telling you, yo, immediately. Nah, it's cool, bro. But you know, yeah, I was like, at first I thought he was about to say that shit trash. He was like, ah. When he did that, I was like, oh, he about to there you go about to criticize that shit. He was like, ah, nigga, you on that positive shit. I was like, and the tone in his voice was still like negative criticism. Like once again, yo, in the last song, one of the last songs I wrote, I say, damn, I can't even remember my own fucking lyrics right now. But if you propagate that bullshit, then you probably super famous. How that shit go? And that, yo, damn, that was the perfect. I should have played that shit right after he said that. Is it on Rules I've Changed?
Trap House Entertainment. I can see the rules have changed. If you choose to engage with something truthful, use a lane. If you choose to propagate the bullshit, then you probably super famous. Situation super dangerous. Cause been
That shit happened in real time. I see the rules have changed. If you choose to engage with something truthful, use a lane. If you choose to propagate the bullshit, then you're probably super famous. He's like, nah, nigga, you on that positive shit. That's why I try to do a mixture. Because sometimes the bullshit rap can lead people to the good stuff. They won't even give you a chance most of the time. So you got to be able to speak their language, speak that vernacular every now and then squeeze. Omizu, like you say, Jews and stones, man. You got to hit them with both of them. They like the stones though, man. And throw a couple of them at them, boom, boom, him, and then drop a jewel in there. Hopefully they can carry all of it at the same time. You walk up to some people with a fucking 20-ounce piece of silver or a chocolate bar and tell them to pick one. You know? Chocolate. Yeah. Oh shit. Bro, get the silver. You can go buy fucking 1,000 chocolate bars with the silver, bro. Oh my god. Humanity. Well, not humanity, Americans. We're just so American. Man, you on that positive shit. Damn, I wish I was live streaming so I would have had that as a snippet. I really did think about live streaming when all of us was in there. Cause it was just fucking bugging and tripping out, having fucking mad ass jokes, yo. And then one time I noticed the one dude, like the one homie that I know, like we called each other earlier and set this whole game time up and all this shit. And then like we're in a private chat, so like random people in the game can't hear us. Only the people in our chat, and it's just the guys we're playing with. And this motherfucker ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing. I'm like, immediately, I'm like, yo, this nigga be woo quiet as fuck. Yo, this motherfucker must be on the phone trying to get some pussy, boy. And then like a second later, his mic click in. So what? Yo, I call that shit 100%, bro. I call that shit 100%. I knew that's what you do. You over there too quiet. Well, you must be on the phone with some girl, yo. What are you doing, man? Nah, man, she talking about blah, blah. I don't care what she talking about, bro. Either you gonna play the game or you gonna fucking boo love. One or the other, man. Yeah, we in here trying to strategize and communicate, and you not saying nothing. Other dude talking about shit. Now he talking about, now I'm horny. I'm like, what the fuck? And I need now you got me thinking about pussy. And then the other dude was like, man, we need to fucking focus, bro. And then all of a sudden he just started blasting some loud ass rock music in the background. For like fucking 30 seconds. He was like, all right. It was like some heavy death metal too. He was like, all right. That shit done fucking snapped the horniness out y'all motherfuckers. I'm like, I'm no longer horny, sir. Back to the fucking mission. Yo, the live stream would have been hilarious. I should have live streamed that shit. Gonna invite me to the game, invite everybody to a private group chat, and then you don't say nothing. You're not helping at all. And then want to send me fucking gaming memes about how I'm always snacking. It's the truth, but you know, you got the one gaming buddy always eating and snacking on the mic. Bro, I be smoking, man. I be having the munchies while we play the game, man. I gotta have my Scooby snacks and my sweet snacks. And you always on the phone, always got your fucking mic on mute. That's the teammate you are. Fucking one guy who don't never say shit. No wonder why we be losing. And that's the real reason I ain't turned on the goddamn Joan, because yeah, we was getting our ass handed to us last night on the one game, because it's a new game and all of us are trying to get used to it. But yeah, they was doing us dirty. And like I said, after a couple hours of that, we was like, fuck this, let's go play Killing Floor. Then we got a Killing Floor. We was having a real blast in that shit. Greenery, what up, what up, what up, what up? He said the host was on OnlyFans. Yeah, he talking about, yo, unmute your mic. I'm over here trying to make a couple bucks. Man, look, man. Damn, I'm gonna have to call him on that shit. Hey, man, turn that OnlyFans live cam off, bro, and focus on the game. Put your socks back on, nigga. Yo. So that's gonna be my day again today. Where we at? Shit, we almost had 3 hours in the studio. Hey, check them out. And it is 9 o'clock. But yeah, I ain't doing shit today. It's a holiday. I'm fucking gaming and painting, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no other plans for today. I don't think I need to go grocery shopping or anything, because normally I do my normal routine on Saturdays. Saturday is like my shopping day, and today is Thursday. I just got extra days to sit around and do this. I was gonna take a drive down to Virginia to hang with family, but I done did a couple of long drives this year by myself. I don't know. I just don't feel like driving by myself right now. I should be boring as hell. To drive down there be boring as fuck. Yeah.
and I haven't had like long studio mornings in a while. I prefer to paint in the morning like this. I feel like I'm more productive as soon as I wake up. And yeah, like 3 or 4 hours in the studio first thing in the morning feels like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Feels like I just breeze through that shit. Whereas I do paint a lot in the evenings, and I can do maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes, but that's through sheer fucking dedication. That's just sheer dedication. Like, preferably, this is my thing. I would always love to just wake up, roll out of bed, and go right in the studio. I feel like this is my job, kind of. Like most jobs, well, not most jobs. On average, though, people work during the day. So, get up, get yourself together, go do your thing for that day. So I feel like, if I get this done early in the day, first thing in the morning where I'm fresh and energetic and wide-eyed, oh, I'm more productive. Sheer willpower, bro, and determination. I swear. Do you like to paint in the mornings or in the mornings? In the mornings. First thing. Gets my mind going. You know what I'm saying? Get my juices flowing. That's exactly right. It's the job. Like they say, um if you love what you do for a living, you'll never work a day in your life. If you can earn money, if you're earning money, it kind of seems like a job. And sometimes I do sell art or get invited to do stuff, and that's cool. And so that's kind of like a work aspect of it. But literally, when I'm in here, I say this is just like a kid on the playground. Are you gonna pay me to have fun? Excellent. Just pay me to have fun. It's just great. So yeah, it's never a job, but sometimes you have to like treat it like a job. And if I have to treat it too much like a job, then that shit ain't fun. I know we have to dedicate time to it though. But I don't mind dedicating a lot of time to play and enjoyment. And so this is literally playtime for me. I say start my day out like this, coloring, nigga. Can you imagine you wake your kids up and be like, okay, kids, the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get these crayons and markers and we're gonna color on a big coloring page. Like, yeah. That's all it is. This is a big ass coloring page, and I just get to sit around and color all morning. What do you do this morning? Well, I was in the studio, smushing around some colors. I say every kid loves this. Every kid, every child would love to just color. And somehow most people grow out of that urge to make a mark, to see the color streak across a canvas, to just scribble and doodle. And like most of us lose that enjoyment. We all have that. It's like built, it's like somehow built into us. And the ones who don't lose that, we call them artists. Everyone else are just people, you know. And it's good being it's good being a people. I'm not saying people are bad. We need people. You know, if you're just a people, you be all right. Everybody got roles to play, man. Everybody got roles to play. Y'all can't be artists, you know. They say when you reincarnated, you remember your old life as an infant. When you come out the womb, you remember your old life, but you can't talk and do stuff. And the older you get, you start to lose those memories of your past life. And that's a shame. And that's the same thing with like the love of color and movement and creating marks and images. Like if you lose that love, I feel bad for you. Bro, I swear it's like the greatest high. Right? That shit is such a fucking high when you step back and be like, I did that. That shit came from my mind. I thought about something and then my thought turned into a mental image, and I took that mental image and I fucking made that shit, and now other people can see what the fuck was in my brain. It's crazy, son. Mm. Painting hair, painting hair. How could I dare paint this hair, paint this hair? Painting everywhere, painting hair, painting hair. How can I dare to paint this hair, paint this hair? Painting everywhere. Hair on your head, hair on your derriere. Hair on your armpits, I can smell it there. Paint this hair, painting hair everywhere. How could I dare to even try to paint this hair? Painting hair, painting hair. You got it everywhere. Hair on your head, hair on your derriere. Hair on your armpits, I can smell it there. Painting hair, painting hair, painting hair. Gotta paint the edges like I'm too close to the ledges. painting hair, painting hair, painting hair. Ooh. And you know, like real chocolate lovers, and they say whatever is in the cacao plant is like it really has like some strong chemical connection to some people. So just soon as that shit hit their taste buds, their brains start firing off all weird and shit. And they say there's a lot of health benefits to like pure chocolate, especially dark chocolate. And I enjoy chocolate, but not like some people. You know, yeah, and it's just like chocolate. It's like calm down, calm the fuck down, bro. But yeah, if you could explain, like you say, that dopamine hit of like feeling that creative release, like I just finished this thing. It's like kind of like that, yeah. And I get kind of itchy if I don't paint or do something or write or I don't know, sketch or something for too long. If I go days without like doing something, my body starts feeling weird. Having goddamn withdrawals. I need, like I said, I be needing that dopamine. What's going on? I ain't got no paintbrushes, nigga. I ain't got no pastels. So I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't freestyle in 2 days. Why is this section of hair taking me so long? It feels like there's so many different light contrast to get these braids to like stand out. So it's first detail layer on the hair, so we will definitely come back at least one more time and try to beef up the contrast a little more. But we do want to see if we can get as many of the bigger details in here, especially in this these braids right here on the edge. The rest of her hair is going to be fairly easy. I mean, there's a lot of detail in the highlights on her braids because she has like these really chunky twists. So you're going to see a lot of that highlight on there, but I still think that's going to be easier than trying to get these baby hairs in there. You said now I need to finish them and get that second hit. As soon as some ideas be popping in your brain, like, ooh, I gotta get this, gotta put this down. Ah, yeah, I got that. New idea. You don't even give it time to get an idea, time to cool off yet. Shit, yeah. That shit ain't even cool yet. Still hot to the touch. On to the next one. I like my ideas to simmer. We will take a break here shortly, though. I may have to get some kind of breakfast soon. I almost thought about going to the gym this morning too. And then I was like, you know what, bro? Give yourself a little break. You'll be all right. Give yourself a little break. It's a holiday. Probably would have had the gym to myself though. I still didn't. No. I did because they put a memo in the locker rooms. I think they said they're closing at noon today, and they're not gonna open back up until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if you want to get that holiday workout in, you better do it for people start sitting down for lunch and dinner. And so I just decided to skip it today. I did a really good leg day yesterday. So and I don't normally go on Saturdays, but if I do want to make up a day, I'll just go Saturday mornings. And then I don't have to go as early either. I can go at fucking 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, or whatever. I still rather get it done in the morning though, before I get my day started. I don't know, like going into the gym like in the late afternoon and in the evenings. And I've never been a fan of that. When I got back into the gym years ago, my homeboy, actually my homeboy Taman got me back in the gym, and but he was going after work, and we were working 12-hour shifts, and he wanted to go to the gym after work, and I did it for a couple months. I'm like, because I didn't have a membership then, I was just piggybacking on him. I would just go with him, and it was a 24-hour gym. So memberships, you with your membership, you got a little key fob to scan yourself in and out the gym through the locked door. And I was just like, you just calling me, bro. You ain't gonna get no membership. Just go when I go. So I did that for a couple months, and then I told him like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I be too tired to do this shit in the evenings. And that's when I got my own membership and started going in the daytime. He's like, man, that shit help me go to sleep at night, and not me. It's hard for me to wind down after the fucking gym. Like that shit literally gives me an energy boost. I'm working out at night, like I got good energy. I'm not trying to go right to sleep. Now I'm trying to think, like, what should I have for breakfast too? I don't even know. I got some. I could do just eggs and waffles, like something quick and easy. Scramble a couple eggs, throw some waffles in the toaster. Breakfast, nigga, breakfast. Be grateful. Now do that. Damn. I've been meaning to write my nephew a letter for a couple weeks. Honestly, I should get around to doing that today. Trying to think if there's anything else I can do with just extra time home. I write a letter. Um, no, that's it. Probably. Oh, I need to order some clothes today. So I got a wedding to go to, like in a couple weeks, but it's an all black wedding, and I don't have an all black suit. So I was thinking about just ordering something offline. I always be concerned about the fit because I got a weird body shape. Yeah, I might have to do that now. Or we already looked at a couple local places. I'm trying to think where else could I probably go. Damn, I hate shopping for clothes. Especially when it's like for a specific event or something. That's why now, like my homeboy who got the clothing store, I'll just tell him like I got an art show coming up and I need the outfit. And he kind of like knows my style and what I like, and he'll just throw an outfit together for me. And he got suits and stuff too, but he got like $1,000 suits. And I'm not trying to buy $1,000 suit for one event. Damn, in the dead of the night, bro. Motherfucker walking in at midnight, 1:30 in the morning. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing here? About to get my little workout in, man. You know I like it. I like it when ain't nobody here. And a lot of people, I am definitely, and that's why I choose to go as early in the morning as I do. For one, I like to start my day like that and get it out the way even before work. And for two, when you go like super early in the morning, there's very few people there. You're not competing for space or equipment or weights or nothing. You don't have to wait on somebody to get off this machine or give up that. It's just like, nope. Because right now there's only like 8 people in the fucking gym. I swear, most mornings when I get to the gym, there's like a hardcore crew of us, and it's like 7 or 8. And you can specifically know when somebody's not here. Just when you pull up, like you don't see the normal cars there, and just like, or when you see a new car, it's like, who the fuck is who's driving this car? Never seen this car here this early in the morning. Who are you, sir? But I definitely prefer like I prefer to work out around people. It's hard for me to work out at home because I just have to motivate myself to do it. But it's I don't know. I guess it's like some weird mental thing for me. If I see other people doing it, then I don't mind doing it as much. It's like at least I'm not doing it by myself. So just being in the gym, with like all the equipment around and other people working out, kind of motivates me to keep going. But also, I don't want a super packed gym either. I don't need 50 people in here to motivate me. Just, you know, some people. Everybody's in here. We're all just trying to stay fit, look good. You know. Like I say, the other the one lady, the other morning, I have no idea what her name is, but I've been seeing her face every morning for years now. And normally we're there at the same time. Like our workout, like I say, the time that I go, like there's just a core group of people who are just normally there around the same time. And so this was a couple weeks ago. I'm leaving out the gym. Like my workout is done. It's over. I'm going home. And this lady, she's just getting there. And so we're passing each other in the doorway as I'm leaving. She's coming in. She's like, "Good morning." And I'm like, "You're late." And she just looks at me and just starts laughing. Like, "Yeah, where were you at? You should have been here by now. You're normally already here. And you're just now getting here and I'm leaving." Like normally she's there before I am. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I'm one of the last people to show up. There's like 4 or 5 people who are normally already there before I get there. And then me and a few other people come right around the same time. And then when my workout is almost over, there's a few more people that starts to come in that I normally just see in passing. There's a young guy. Well, he still goes there, but he was showing up before me when he first started coming. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? He's showing up super early. I'm like, damn, what the fuck, bro? You getting here at 3:30 in the morning? What are you doing? And then he was showing up before me, and then now, well, he started showing up right around the same time, and I think he walks there, honestly. Well, he's so young and fit that he fucking jogs there, actually, because I've seen his ass jogging. And now he's starting to come later in the morning. Like the past few times he's come there, it was like my workout was over and he's just getting there. But overall, like it's the same faces day in and day out, week in and week out. I remember one time we had a water leak at the gym, and they just told everybody, to go to their other location. It's a little bit farther away across town, but there's like, this is going to take maybe a week or so to get the issue fixed. If you guys want to work out, we already told the other gym, they may see an influx of our members starting to come there. And like for several days, just like the same faces I see at my normal gym, all of us, we were over at the other gym, yo. Like we were not playing about missing our fucking workout. Oh yeah, it's definitely breakfast time for me. Oh, it's 9:30. All right. I was trying to get at least kind of this area done, and then when I return, we can work on this section of braids, and then finish kind of detailing those glasses a little bit. I need to buff in some of that stuff on the glasses too a little bit. Not much, but why is this not looking right? I don't know. something like that. And then what I said, oh, to soften those glasses up a little bit. Once again, this is our first detail layer. Oh, appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Yeah, we'll definitely come back and add a bunch of highlights, especially to these glasses. They're gonna really pop out with the orange lenses. Buff some of that out a little bit. It's that time of year, bro. Old man winter is not fucking around, dude. He said it's frozen out there. It's that time of the year. You know what I'm saying? Grab a jacket. It's back to that shit, bro. Grab a jacket. I don't like it. I don't like being cold. I don't. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere. Make a little progress, a little bit. You know, we ain't trying to do too much too fast. I'm trying to do too much too fast, you know. A good 3.5 hours ain't too bad. Oh man. I already started laundry this morning. I normally, like I say, I'm doing my normal Friday routine, my Friday and Saturday routine on a fucking Thursday. So laundry is basically done. Still have tons of stuff for my meal prep for Sunday, so I don't have to cook. So yeah, I can just chill. Is that already dry? It is. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I can just go chill. Word. Oh man. Shit. Hair is starting to look good though. Like I say, a little bit of detailing going on here. There's a very, 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 very strong possibility that I will be back up here later on today to work on this a little bit more. I'm just happy we're back to the canvas. Doing this cardboard project was awesome. It was fun. I think it's a pretty cool concept. I hope the gallery goers at the museum like it. If not, fuck them. I'm here for a paycheck. With that being said, I'm gonna skedaddle for a little bit. I didn't write a new verse or anything. I wrote a couple of ideas down, some bars that I was thinking about. So we might try to write something new today. Amizo, I'll be looking out for your the email. I should have just put my phone number in the email that I sent back to you. I don't know what I was thinking. I could just send you my number. But yeah, I do want to burn up the rest of these credits before the day is over with too. So that's something to keep us busy. Art, music, video games. You know, that's stuff to keep us busy for a day. To another day tomorrow. Like, damn, I got days and days of this back to back of just art, music, video games. This is crazy. This needs to be my life every day. This should be my norm. Oh boy. Let's start turning some stuff off. I'm gonna take my pad downstairs with me. Just in case I might listen to a beat, get inspired. Okay. Top light is off. Radio is off. Space heater is off. iPad is off. I got my coffee mug. I got my pad. Got my phone. Coffee mug, phone. Brushes are all clean, right? I just cleaned all these brushes, right? Please don't disappoint myself. Come back in here with some hard paint up brushes. Shit. All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate everybody hanging out and spending some time with me on this great Thursday morning, which just happens to be a national holiday here in the United States, known as Thanksgiving. You guys could have done anything with your morning that you wanted to do, and you decided to spend a little bit of time with me, and I am truly grateful for that. I appreciate you guys. You're so awesome. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. We're out of here.